panicked immediately. She grabbed Jennifer's arm, trying to comfort her, but soon Ellie realized in horror. Jennifer's body was ice cold. She rushed out to call for help, but Jennifer grabbed her. She opened her mouth and moved toward Ellie's neck, but her lips touched the necklace symbolizing their friendship. Jennifer froze. She pushed Ellie away and fled in panic. The next day, Ellie was thinking about what happened, but Jennifer suddenly appeared. She was still beautiful, as if nothing happened. Ellie was shocked. It felt like everything was just a dream, as if cleaning all night was an illusion. But the dirt under her nails proved that everything was real. While Ellie was confused, the teacher entered and announced bad news. Many students died in the fire. Everyone was very sad, but Jennifer smiled. After school, she targeted a boy who
Alright, boys. You actually be going to arrange those pillows and then that's safe. Clear it out. You need to sweep the house to sweep. Yeah, literally. What you talking to now? Where you from that? I'm sorry, there you go. That's the peanut story.
It pains me because that's what they plan to do. And it also sends a message to the rest of America that there should be we all understand. Again, there are still some do us a favor and lay some hands and go as we want to have such a good day as well. Today, for example, the technology that we have, we had footage of everything that was going on back then. They were showing us everything. They didn't care about censoring because America was winning. And since American citizens are not receiving anything via American media, that y'all think it's supposed to
Yeah? Okay. He's going to bed. Don't worry, go to bed now. Where is he going again? Go and get broom. Go and get broom and start sweeping. You complete me. Go and get broom and start sweeping.
Not one, since the entire existence of the platform, the social media platform.
Go and get broom and start
milleti taraf etsin. Bir de defa
themselves. And even though they're quite successful, actually, yeah. Since when have you ever heard any other nation go to America like this? With dirty, this portion of the video, information about Americans that Americans don't know, as per all experiencing a great media blackout on Americans. Within the first 7 days, Pentagon reported to Congress that it cost the American government $11.3 billion to purchase weapons. In the first 7 days, $11.3 billion. We are now at $8. Mind you, this is an investment that America will not be receiving a return on, as they are using this and that's 11.3 American taxpaying dollars wasted in the first 7 days of this war that we have no business being. The United States government, via the Pentagon, reported that there's only been 6 United States casualties. Only 6 United States soldiers' lives were claimed. However, the media from Iran states that on March 4th, 500 American soldiers were killed. And then by March 6th, the number of American casualties were reported to have reached 1,000. That's what Iran's media is stating.
No.
Meanwhile, Congress is stating only 6 months away now, in 6 months. And according to that portion of the report, was written by a Israeli journalist assessment. Iran has destroyed the most valuable and expensive military bases for money and the American bases in Saudi Arabia, the largest military facilities. These facilities have cost trillions of dollars over several decades to build. We're talking about the level of military spending that has been made over 30 years of laws. We see radars costing millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, each being destroyed. We see entire military bases being abandoned and destroyed. And I'm telling you, as far as I know, the United States has never suffered such destruction in its history. This is an Israeli person saying this. When I say that Iran is dominating this war, did you guys know that they're still operating? As far as them still trading and selling oil, they're still operating. Meanwhile, it's been 18 days since the United States has had access to the Strait of Hormuz. Okay? Iran effectively shut all access to that password. We can't get in. It's now 18 days of that. And they're still selling. They're still selling. If that's not an indication of their reach and how weak America is right now, the United States, let me put you on to another power play, right? Reports state that Iran is considering allowing the oil tankers in only if the cargo is sold using a Chinese wall. Basically saying, I'm opening it right back up. I understand that this is a move that helps eliminate reliance on the United States dollar, right? Weakening the United States dollar, something that the United States is desperately trying to avoid, something that's currently happening, right? While boosting the Chinese yuan in the trading world. You would understand why the United States government wants access to Venezuela's oil, considering they knew ahead of time they wanted to deal with some backlash. 18 days of access. That seems like a big bad right there. The United States had they go in there, guns blazing. There would have been how many people already deployed? How many troops already on Iran soil? But like their leader said, y'all go there. Y'all go there. And just to solidify how deep shit, right, the United States is in, 3 days ago, the President of the United States, Donald Trump, the leader of the largest, strongest military strength in the world, asked for help from other nations in could open up and get access back to the straight lines. He started asking and stating he expected to get help from nations like UK, Canada, China, South Korea. The leader of the strongest military strength in the world is asking for help from others. It is now the American military is no match. They got they're not ready. How do you start applying that capability? Because that's exactly That's exactly what I feel. It's time that America, the United States, gets knocked down the pecking order. It's about time you understand the downfall of America. And it starts here. So now we got their roadmap here.
One right. Got it. Got it. Chart. Oh. Okay, coming down again. Two right. One right. Got it. And make it. One right. One right. Zero right. Three right. Got it. Ships. Just these today, these China still using those as they tools which they work together. The AI which both systems work together. Decision which makes sense. It's the best of the stories and still you can have the image. These it's crazy. Said it better myself. Everybody knows this is America first. This is Israel first, second, and now Americans are literally told by Israel they're not going to sacrifice one Israeli soldier, but they want you to go into Iran and sacrifice thousands of American lives and
Yeah. What? The crate?
The man trembled in fear. The blood liquid slowly crawled across his chest. Then it slipped through his clothes and entered his body. In seconds, it fused with him. Outside the glass, Drake watched it happen. A faint smile appeared on his face, but the man's arms and legs suddenly twisted out of shape. Then he collapsed to the floor without moving. Hidden in the shadows, Eddie watched with his scalp tingling. The lab was filled with test subjects locked behind glass. Some were barely breathing, others were already lying on the ground, motionless. Eddie turned to leave. Then someone behind the glass recognized him. The person slammed both hands against the glass and begged for help. Eddie looked closer and saw it was the homeless woman who sold newspapers. He couldn't pretend he hadn't seen her, so he decided to help. He grabbed a fire extinguisher nearby. Then he smashed it hard against the glass. But the moment she got out, she showed no gratitude. She lunged at Eddie and knocked him to the floor. Her hands locked around his throat. At that moment, Venom quietly completed the transfer. The woman suddenly dropped dead. Eddie turned and ran. Right away, he crashed into the arriving security guards. He didn't stop. He slid forward and took both of them down. He still had no idea his body had changed. One kick sent the heavy steel door flying open. Then he rushed outside. People from the Foundation immediately chased after him. More guards poured in from every direction. They were determined to kill him on the spot. Eddie could only keep running. He slammed into a fallen tree and snapped it in half. The guards quickly sealed off the area. They surrounded everything nearby, but no one could find Eddie. He had already climbed up a tree with his bare hands. He hung there steadily, dozens of feet above the ground. That was how he escaped. Back home, Eddie was starving so badly he felt dizzy. He grabbed anything edible and kept eating, but no matter how much he ate, the hunger wouldn't go away. Out of options, he dug through the trash. Then he picked up yesterday's leftover duck leg and started chewing it. Just then, the neighbor next door started making noise again. The sound drilled straight into his ears. Eddie knocked on the door, trying to ask politely, but the neighbor gave him an arrogant look and refused to listen. A chilling expression suddenly spread across Eddie's face. The neighbor backed away in fear, apologizing nonstop.
Oh, sir, I didn't. His girlfriend was fast asleep. He quietly picked up a spring and stabbed it hard into his own. The drug kicked in fast. In seconds, the man started to black out. But the very next moment, his girlfriend Sierra suddenly opened her eyes. After making sure he was completely knocked out, the tenderness on her face disappeared instantly. Then she started moving around his apartment like she owned the place. As a top-level hunter, Sierra only targets rich men. She's best at pretending to be an innocent little bunny. Every time she locks onto a new target, she creates a brand new identity just for him. What she didn't expect was this. This prey was way more dangerous than she ever imagined. After knowing each other for only 56 days, all that was left in their apartment was a tub full of bones. Let's rewind to 56 days earlier. Sierra had studied his interests perfectly and set up a coincidental meeting on Mars.
Huh?
The moment she saw he took
Not
the bait,
tonight.
she immediately switched into sweet sorrow. She lied and said she was going to the Space Museum because she already knew
Yeah, no, not tonight. Late.
Soon they introduced themselves. The man's name was Oliver, the chief designer at a nearby construction company. Sierra smoothly followed him, saying she worked tech support at a cloud computing company. With the same love for space, they clicked instantly. They even grabbed coffee together.
Huh?
Before they parted, Oliver took the initiative and asked her to meet in a bar.
Okay.
Sierra agreed without hesitation. She thought she had Oliver completely under control. She didn't know. The moment she turned around, Oliver's expression suddenly went cold. Now let's jump back to 56 days later. A figure hidden in the darkness quietly unlocked Oliver's apartment door. When the flashlight swept across the room, he saw moldy food on the table, stuff scattered all over the floor and in the bathroom. A pot of meat soup. He immediately pulled out his phone and took photo after photo of the bathroom. Then he smashed the fire alarm by the entrance. Not long after, detectives Jonah and John rushed to the scene. The fire department had reported a strong white stench was coming from the level. It looked like a brutal murder case. Now rewind again to the day of the date. Both of them were dressed to impress. Sierra put on her eye-catching back outfit, but Oliver, in his head, was choosing which version of himself to show to them. They met at the bar. The green coat Sierra was wearing would later show up in the crime scene. During the conversation, Sierra deliberately mentioned she had loved space since she was a kid. Oliver said the same. The more they talked, the more they clicked. Oliver truly felt like Sierra was his soul. After leaving the bar, he kissed Sierra directly.
Alright, tell me.
What is this up?
You're not.
Then, like a gentleman, he called a car to take Sierra home. The moment Sierra returned,
One glance at the security camera, and I already knew how
Yeah?
to get out. I pulled off my lap underwear and draped it over the
Huh?
waist of the feet.
Hold
I
on.
flipped the table and snapped off the length of stainless steel from one of its legs. Next, I poured a cleaning solution of each into the trash can, letting the two chemicals blend together. Then I pulled the cord from the chairs and pulled out a short steel tube. I was calculating every single move with precision. The paper towels I'd soaked in liquid plugged one end of the tube, and the gases building up inside would expand as I connected the fire extinguisher's nozzle to the other end of the tube, turning the whole thing into a makeshift direct pressure launcher. It was nowhere near as powerful as the real thing, but I had already figured out the technical team's next move. So right as the hatch door was about to swing open, I struck first. Use my knowledge of layout to take out the cameras, the blind spot muscle pains, look through the window to get out. I was moving so fast I didn't even stop to put on my shoes. I went across the street, flying down again. I stayed. The only reason I risked the gun was to make sure my husband was safe. But one look at the overturned chair told me everything. The organization had probably taken it. I grabbed my hidden go bag and got ready to run. I could already feel danger closing in. Before I left, I made sure to take a spider with me, something that would matter later. At the same time, the agents had already forced their way in, tossing a flashbang into the room, looking for me, and looked up to the second lead.
Assassination. One that had been in motion.
Have we finished? Okay, let's turn off our TV. It's bedtime. Okay? Let's go to bed. I was able to park that guy there. Oh,